Word.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Lipstick Entertainment Presents Epiphany. It's your girl, MzMuah
Ant B, the man behind the badge.
And so this is a show where we're going to be discussing different viewpoints of just what's happening in the world, happening in society, and in our culture. I thought it was going to be great to do this type of show because I'm not a fan of the police.
Nobody is. It's all good. We ain't gonna hold it against you.
So, I was like, this would be interesting to get, just different perspectives on the same topic. So, go ahead, introduce yourself, tell us what you do and all of that.
So, the formal title, we'll go with Deputy Anthony Brown, Ant B for short. Been on the Marion County Sheriff's Department. My anniversary for my 4th year was September 11th, so 4 years strong. I do it all. I do warrants, I do sex offender checks, I do patrol, I do paddy wagons. I'm versatile.
Is that stressful?
No, you know why? Because it's never a dull day. Like, I like excitement.
Okay.
Even in, my second week of just training, I was in a pursuit. And, instead of, getting nervous being the new guy, I'm like, hey, can I speed up? Hey, can we push her off the roads? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But never, it's never stressful. You have stressful moments, but, you got to enjoy this job. It is what it is.
Okay, so let's talk about being black and blue at the same time. Do you have situations, conversations, stuff like that that's uncomfortable because of what you do for a living?
I'm not going to get into the details of the conversations, but I have been around conversations where it's I'm dressed as a civilian,
mm-hmm.
and you hear other civilians talk about the police.
Mm-hmm.
So, my personality, I'm not going to be like, hey, don't talk about me like that because I'm a cop.
Mm-hmm.
I just listen to it because sometimes you can learn from what people say and how to, proceed in the job, how to educate, stuff like that. And I tell people all the time, especially being a black man, I can take this badge and this gun off right now and literally walk outside here and be a civilian and get treated like any other black man. But,
mm-hmm.
I don't use this badge to think I'm a better black man than other black men who don't have a badge. At the end of the day, we are all black men.
Yeah.
So the reason I joined the department is just, to change the narrative. And I always tell officers now, be the solution, not the problem. We can't go out here because of account of what other people have done that has put us in the public eye. We got to have those who can try to change the narrative. And that's kind of what I've been trying to do, get out, speak to the public, speak to kids about it, because people fear the police now,
mm-hmm.
to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It is what it is. They fear us. Some people be scared to have a conversation with you. They'll give you that dull stare, I'm fine, bye, type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same person that I am without the badge on. So I like to conversate, like to joke around. So I try not to make, people nervous at all. But
yeah,
just being in that public eye, we've seen the news and what stuff goes on TV. So just trying to change the narrative and, make people see we are helpful. We can educate, especially not trying to make it a racist thing, but being a black man at that. Because the crazy part is we get called let's say you traitors, your Uncle Toms, this and that.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. A lot of us use this job to take care of our families, not trying to be better than anybody else, but this is how we live. This is how we eat. We choose this lifestyle to take care of our families.
So what about when you have these things going on in the media that are surrounded around cops just all over the country, mm-hmm. that put you guys in a very negative light? What are the conversations like? Do you guys say, you know what, let's use this as a teachable moment? Are you offended? Do you defend the person? What is that like from your side?
What you just said, training wise, you can look at it as if, okay, what can we do better if we get in this situation? But you're not going to get individual views on it, because some people feel that what they did was right. Some people feel that what they did was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say who has these opinions, but this is America. That's all I'm going to say. I try to use it, me personally, as training moments, what you could have did better. People get that perception if I'm a cop, I'm going to always agree with what a cop does. And no, that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these police brutality situations, I don't agree with them. I don't speak on them, but all I can say is Some people were trained better than others. You know, that was not part of our training. And like the violent force that's being used in some of these situations, it doesn't have to be at all.
Yeah.
And, you know, my advice to especially officers that are just now joining the force is, yeah, you got a gun, you got a taser, you got pepper spray. End of the day, the best weapon is your mouth. How you come off to the public will save you so much heartache. Now, I'm not saying every person you encounter is the nicest person in the world. You're going to have those people who push your buttons, but at the end of the day, stay professional as possible. Like, the crazy part is I've pulled people over, had to arrest them because they may have warrants or something, but they would see, I ran into some like later on after they got out, and they was like, hey man, you remember you pulled me over, this and that? You know, a lot of cops get nervous, like, uh-oh, like, what he about to do? But nah, I actually get to, man, you was cool, bro. You was real cool. Like, you wasn't, you know, an asshole to me or nothing. Like, you was cool, you was professional. That's why I ain't give you no problems. And like, if you can get that on the streets, like, obviously you're doing something right. You don't have to just use the badge and abuse it. So that's how I feel about it.
So what is some suggestions that you could give people that are in situations where they come in contact with the police? Like, what is something that you could tell a civilian, hey, in this situation, just try to do this or that?
Don't escalate the situation.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna single out police officers, but there are those police officers who look for you to escalate the situation where it's like, my level now can escalate now that I got you hot. The best thing is to remain calm.
Okay.
When they start to, try to bring out the asshole, get calmer. They looking for you to break to see if they can escalate, their tone and their level and how they getting ready to go forward with you. Remain calm. Just remain calm as possible. Like, you could have a gun in the car. Just because you got a gun in the car don't mean you're not allowed to carry it.
Right.
If you got a permit for it, you got a permit for it. You can't do nothing about it.
Right.
He may run it to check it for, make sure it ain't been used in crimes, no bodies or nothing like that. But at the end of the day, if you know for a fact your weapon is clean, just stay calm. I personally tell people for my safety, don't reach for it. No, just tell me where it's at. You tell me where it's at, okay, don't reach for it. But, like, you just gotta, when they escalate, you de-escalate. Okay. Because, like I said, I'm not trying to make this white and black, but, like, our culture is known for getting a little rowdy. We got attitudes.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got attitudes, we got mouths, but it's like, cops think that, like, they gonna get attitude with me real quick, and I'm gonna turn up on them real quick. Yeah, no, remain calm.
Remain calm.
Like, stay calm. Stay calm. Don't panic. Don't be nervous, because we see it. We see it. You start fidgeting and stuff in the car.
You said don't be nervous.
Nah, you shouldn't be nervous.
How you not gonna? Okay. How you not gonna be nervous? How does that even happen? And you getting pulled over and you getting addressed by the police?
Because if you nervous, then obviously you've done something wrong.
No, you don't
if you know that you haven't done anything wrong, you don't have no guns, narcotics in the car. What you nervous for?
Because it's the police. What do you mean?
Like, just because you get pulled over don't mean you could listen. Just because you get pulled over don't mean you going to jail.
So you telling me you in your civilian clothes, you in your civilian car, berries and cherries pull you over, you're not gonna be nervous nowhere?
I'm not. And let me tell you why. Don't think that because I'm a cop. No, when I get pulled over, it's like, okay, I want you to tell me what I did wrong, why you pulled me over.
Okay.
And I do that now to cops that pull me over. I don't even tell them I'm a cop. I let them walk through. I'm like, let me make sure he know his stuff and know what he's doing. So I'm like, hey, what you pull me over for? And I don't even say that. I talk to them in cop language. So they kind of get the hint I'm a cop. They be like, what's the stopping charge? Did you mark out? Did you call for backup? You go 1041, you go 10-8 in service. Like, they be like, how you know all this? And I be like, I'm a cop. I just want to see if you know all of it. You can't be nervous. You can't be nervous at all. If you're nervous, that means something you have done.
He done said, don't be nervous when you get pulled over by the police.
You can't.
What?
You can't. You cannot. You cannot.
Okay, bro.
The nervousness, you start fidgeting. Like, I'm telling you this because you're going to escalate the scene.
Okay, so you saying when you're nervous, that escalates the situation.
The movements, and I'm not saying all cops, certain cops are not public friendly. Let's put it like that.
Okay.
So when you start getting nervous and you start fidgeting, the tempers start escalating in them. And that goes back to the training. You stay cops. They tell us stay calm at all times, but you treat every person as if they can take your life. Now I can see that because an 87-year-old lady could come out with a 12 gauge and take your life. You got to look at it as the same as a 21-year-old. Mm-hmm. But when I approach your car, I'm not approaching your car to be mean and escalate. It's more educating. Just relax. Like how I am now is how I am with the badge. I come to your car and crack a joke in a heartbeat. Mm-hmm. That just breaks the mood. Like I come to the car one time, I tell the cat, bro, your incense stank. Like, bruh, what? Like, is this how you cover up weed? I'm just being funny with him. Like, it breaks the ice, but like, it stops them from being nervous. Like, okay, he cool, and I'll be like, look, man, let me check you out. If everything run cool, I'll let you go with a warning. So, be calm.
So you're one of the nice cops out there, but you're not gonna convince me that everyone thinks like that.
I am. Everyone don't think like that, but like I am because I use my mouth. If anything, like. I get it. Every person you encounter is not going to be Mr. Friendly to you. So you might get a point, I got to go hands-on. I got to use this weapon of choice. But I use my mouth, if anything. The mouth takes away so much problems, like so much headaches. Your mouth, how you tell somebody to step out of the car can determine so much. If I'm like, hey man, just step out the car for me real quick. You get a nice step out the car. Then you get a whole different person. It's different. It's just how you talk to the public and how you approach people. That's all it is. Professionalism.
Okay.
I know you still don't like me after this spiel, but it's all good. You gonna learn to appreciate. We all are not bad, America. That's what I'm trying to get around and spread the message. We all are not bad. What you see on TV. Like to this day, I still want kids to grow up and say, I want to be a police officer. Because now, what they see on TV, what the parents tell them, they don't want to be cops.
Right.
Nobody want to be a cop.
That's
Just be honest with you. Like, people are starting to become officers for the wrong reasons. Like I said earlier, the man makes the badge. The badge don't make you. Yeah. I'm the same person when I put it on. I'm the same person when I take it off.
Whatever. So we learned so far to stay calm because that can save your life, right?
Yeah, it could save my life and your life.
Both of y'all lives.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure you got a fan base on here that's like, girl, don't trust him. Don't trust him. Don't listen to what he says. That's cool.
One thing that I love about this show is we're going to be addressing real life issues. Right. And things that are happening around the country all the time with police brutality, just with general conversation, relationships, all of that. We going there, just not today. Not today. We not doing that. Not today.
It's coming though.
But it's coming. It's coming. So you told us to remain calm. Mm-hmm. What do you think is one of the highlights of your job? Like, what is something you say, you know what, I really enjoy this, and why?
You know what's crazy? It's gonna sound it's not crazy, but when I became a cop, I didn't realize the attention you get, even when you're not looking for it. Yeah. Like, when I work, Marion County Fair, Coach Games, all that, it still shocks me that kids come up and be like, can I take a picture with you? Mm-hmm. And, even adults come up like, hey, can you hold him and take a picture? And, I'm sitting here with the stale face, so you just want me to hold your baby and, take the picture? And, they come give you high fives and thank you for your services. I've had people give me gift cards just out the random blue. Yeah. I couldn't tell you how many people have bought my lunch. If you're watching, thank you so much. I couldn't tell you, it's crazy the publicity you really get and the attention you get. Even when you out, I can wear a mask that just has, the little logo on it. Mm-hmm. And the lady be like, oh, you work for the sheriff's department? And it's that ain't really what I'm in here for. I'm in Target trying to get Gatorade. I'm trying to get in and get out. But, I love it just, for the attention. It shocks me that people want me to hold their babies and take pictures, but it's okay, somebody appreciates what you do. I get thank you for your service all the time, at least 10 times a day is a regular. So
I got a random question that may not be the case for any of our viewers, but I just want to know, if somebody wants to be an officer for any reason, what is something that you can suggest to them to give them that you go?
I don't want to make this white and black. Okay. It's just certain things you tell a African American, you tell a Caucasian person. I'm gonna try to address it to just overall.
Okay.
You gotta understand what this job is before you sign up.
Okay.
Like, you gotta understand things is this job is a job where you may not come home at night. You gotta tell that to your family. Like, this is a job where, hey, I could get killed in the line of duty. Also, just to tell people, like, you got to be able to take the negative backlash you're going to receive, especially now, at what we've been seeing over the last year. You got to have thick skin for that. Like, everybody doesn't like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to go out and people are going to say negative things about you. Like, I couldn't tell you how many times I just got the window down and I hear a car go by. F12, you know, that's the famous line. F12. And I yell back, I love 6, you know, just being petty, something like that. But, like, you got to be able to handle the backlash. That's the most important thing. And it's like the training. Are you mentally prepared for the training you're going to go through? Because it's a lot of training, at least probably 6 months of training that you go through. And then when you get out, it's like, are you prepared to see some of the stuff that, you know, stuff you see on TV? Like, are you prepared to pull up to a homicide and see the body right then and there? Prepared to walk in first when a person gets shot? Like, you got to be mentally prepared for stuff like this, or if not, you won't make it in this line of work at all. I'm telling you, like, you'll fade fast and quit.
Now, when you went into this line, did anyone around you change? Because one thing I've realized throughout my life, just with different changes that's going on with me, people change for whatever reason, because I'm doing this or I'm doing that, whatever. But did you
know what's funny? Nobody did.
Good.
And I think that's, you know, that goes back to being who I am. They knew, like, the badge never changed me. Like, Ant didn't get funny on me. Ant didn't act like he was better than me. Ant was still Ant. Ant still was doing Ant things before I signed up and joined. Like, a lot of my buddies and family know most of it has to do with the money. I ain't trying to, you know, put it, but let's just call it what it is. I get good money off of this, especially like good side work. If anybody ever need my security services, please reach out. Gotta advertise myself.
Okay.
Thank this platform. You made this platform for me. But like nobody changed at all. Nobody. And like I tell people all the time, if you think it's not just hard being an officer, being a black officer is even harder, because it's like I got a child too. So it's like my child loves telling people I'm a police officer. So I don't know how the people he tells will adapt to that just by what they heard, especially him being 9 years old. You don't know. So it's like you got to think I got a child too. So I have to fear for my child getting stopped by the police as well as his dad actually being a police. But, you know, some people don't really look at that angle, but I do a lot.
Now I have a difficult question for you, because I want to know how you're going to respond.
A difficult answer.
I want to know what you're going to say, because you are black and blue.
Where you keep getting this? I'm black.
You're black and blue.
Black.
How did you feel about George Floyd? The whole thing. No, I just want to know how you felt about the whole thing, because you are both.
If I had to speak on it, I would say the situation, I bet you the live followers are going up now that you asked this question.
No, it's the same people rocking with us.
But this goes back to what I always said. Just because I'm a cop, I'm not going to agree with other cops. That situation could have been avoided and handled a lot different. Like, it was just, to me, malicious seeing that. And me being a cop, it's like, when you watch the video, it's like, man, do you not know the position you are putting every police officer across America in doing this? And it's like, the officers that was with him was like, I had to respect his rank. And to me personally, rank and a badge don't mean nothing. At the end of the day, you are human. You could have stepped in and saved that man's life. That's how I look at it. Like, just because he was higher ranked than you, like, no, he's a man, you a man, y'all both officers. Step in, save a man's life. But because of the rank, you were too chicken. And, you know, I hate to put officers too chicken and wimped out. And now you just let this man die. And now you get in charge. Because you just sat around and watched. Like, no. At the end of the day, right is right, wrong is wrong. Like, we wasn't trained to do that at all. At all. And then, you know, him being a white officer and this being a black man,
Yeah.
It's like, you don't know the position you have now put us in. You know, when people protest and riot in a way, it's like, it's freedom of speech. If this is how we got to get our point across, America, get your point across that way, you know. Now, you know, the tearing stuff up and the damage, and I don't really thought, you know, me personally, I didn't think that was necessary, but it's like, get your point across. But that situation was completely wrong. Mm-hmm. And as a man with a badge, I'll sit here and say it. Like, I'm not the only one. A lot of people, you know, I hate to say it, a lot of officers are scared to say what they seen was wrong. You know it's wrong. We watched it for 15 minutes. It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's everything about from start to finish was wrong. That was not how we are trained at all. And if anybody looked at the trial, even his own police chief was like, no, we didn't train, we didn't teach that at all. It's like the man was in handcuffs.
Yeah.
What harm could he have done to you?
Yeah.
Like, we talking about people look at it as 2 pieces of steel,
mm-hmm.
but that's a lot of restraint. With your hands behind your back like this, what harm could he have done to you?
Right.
Was he going to kick you? It's like the man told you he couldn't breathe. Get off his neck. It's common sense. If you were trying to restrain him, me personally, I always said if I put myself in that situation where I'm holding him down, restraining him, if he says I can't breathe, I'm going to move.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, my bad, you good, you got handcuffs on, you can't do no harm to me. But rewinding that, he had handcuffs on.
Right.
You wasn't fighting him, you wasn't wrestling him. And then my thing is, if you had to, you got 4 other officers there.
Right.
But he wasn't fighting back, you know, resisting. He was in restraints. So, I mean, that's my thought. I can go on for.
Well, thank you for saying that. I think I like you.
But see, that's the problem. Like, this is just me. I ain't gonna never hold my tongue.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like to talk about it because people always ask me about, like, how you feel about it. What would you would have did? Mm-hmm. I mean, I just tell them, look, man, what's right is right. What's wrong is wrong.
Absolutely.
Don't think because I'm a cop, I'm finna agree with what this man did. No, it's not. I'm trying to not look at it even white and black. It's just a logical situation. Like I just said, the dude was handcuffed.
Yeah.
What is he going to do to you on his stomach?
Yeah.
But, you know, I can.
George Floyd was sad, but I also feel like it needed to happen because things like that have been happening for so long. Mm-hmm. And police officers have been getting away with stuff like that for so long. And so with him, to me, it changed the narrative. Right. And it made people admit something that they already knew was happening.
I'll tell you this, though. It, like you said, it needed to happen because a lot of officers with that mindset, I bet you they think different now.
Period.
Those who take that badge and use it as a trophy and think they're higher than everybody else, I bet you they look at it different now.
Yeah.
Because they're not finna go out and just say, I'm better than you, I can do this and can't get away with it.
Yeah.
It was
no
a wake-up
more.
call.
No more.
It was a wake-up call. Yeah. Like I said, these situations, it puts all of us at risk. Like, with that happening, and then especially, like, with the Drayshawn Reed case that happened here, like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't drive my sheriff car for a week because I was scared. Because it's like, I'm not gonna speak on that situation, but it was like just being an officer. It's like people now, they really hate you, like, because of what they've been seeing on TV. And it was like, I didn't drive my car for a week because just for my safety, knowing that I'm not that type of guy, but it was like, this is my safety at the end of the day. But like the George Floyd situation, that was just clearly wrong. Clearly could have been handled different.
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. I think this show is going to create a great balance of perspectives.
We're going to argue.
We're going to argue.
We're going to argue.
So just know, don't be in your feelings when it's over.
We're going to argue a lot. So look, hold on, because tell them now. I'm going to just put it out there. She asked me to put the sheriff stuff on. That's fine. That's fine. But I'm coming back next episode, Civilian Ant B. So I'm going to be professional to a certain extent, but we're going to go back and forth.
Whatever.
If you see your stuff going flying across this camera.
Oh, you're not throwing nothing in here.
If you see it going flying across this camera, because we done got
you're going to see a whole bunch of lipstick ladies run around this corner if you touch anything in here.
That's cool.
We ain't playing with you.
I got enough handcuffs for all y'all.
Whatever. Anyway.
Kidding.
We're going to get out of here, but I want to thank everyone that tuned in to our first episode of Epiphany. Yes, now, Epiphany is going to come to you twice a month. I believe it's like the first or the last Monday. I'm not sure. Something like that. So look for our posts, our flyers, and please share them. We're going to be talking about 2 different perspectives of black and blue. You ready for this?
Is you ready?
Is you ready?
Like, you
I just don't want you
like
in your feelings when we got to do what we got to do.
Listen, hold on. Before we go, I want you in the last 6 minutes, tell them why you picked me to be the male host of this show.
Okay, So I was putting up posts. I was looking for a male co-host because, I wanted to do something different. And I said, ooh, I don't like the police at all. I'm going to ask him. This seems like a perfect show to me. It's a great opportunity for you to express yourself, me to express myself. We get it all out in the clear. So I'm excited that you're here. I think it's great to hear the perspectives of the people and of the police. This is going to be great. So just know that when we leave, you may be in your feelings. You're going to have to get over it. That's all cool.
Who in their feelings?
I'm just saying, prepare yourself. Because I'm going to speak for the people, period.
I feel like the people actually got a good perception of what an officer thinks.
Yeah.
Like I said, they see us and think we're going to always think the police is right. Nah, I gave you my perception of a man.
But that's today. Let's see how we do moving forward.
When we switch topics, it's on.
It's on. Anyway, y'all stick and stay. Thank you so much for watching Epiphany, and we'll see you soon. Bye.